Problem globally and the most common cause of cardiovascular diseases and premature deaths of throughout the history according to the World Health Organization. It is one of them estimated that more than of 1.28 billion adults worldwide have suffered from poorly controlled the hypertension of approximately of 36% are unaware.
High blood pressure is very common in older adults, but less than 20% have it under control. In Villavicencio, a sedentary lifestyle warrants this situation. Therefore, it is important to understand what physical activity habits influence blood pressure control. Globally, 1.28 billion people have hypertension. In Latin America, the prevalence is 35%. In Colombia, 55% of people over 60 have hypertension. And in Villavicencio, physical inactivity makes it difficult to control those that it link the need to promote healthy habits. The study focused on adults aged 60 to 70 while hypertension in Villavicencio, a growth with vascular aging and reduced physical capacity. Understanding their activity level is key to developing strategies to improve their health. The risk question is the relationship between regular physical activity and blood pressure control in adults aged 60 to 70 years with hypertension in Villavicencio in 2025 is key to the determine in exercise really promotes blood pressure control in the population.
Okay, the methodology. This cross-sectional observational study aims to analyze the relationship between the physical activities and the blood pressure and control in adults of ages of 65 to 20 to 70 years with a diagnostic hypertension in Villavicencio during the year of 2025. A simple
Con el muy fastidioso que se llama Manuel, mi amor.
of
El que es
18
súper intenso y súper
to
cansón. El que te...
120, a participant will be selected
Por
using the
ejemplo, el nuevo...
conventional samples.
Right then, let us proceed to an examination of the theoretical framework for an investigation into a rather pressing matter arterial hypertension in the older adult. In simple terms, blood pressure is the force exerted by blood upon the arterial walls. Hypertension is confirmed when readings persist at or above 130/80. As the data indicates, it is a problem of quite significant prevalence amongst the aging population. Its development hinged on both non-modifiable factors, such as age and heredity, and rather a lot of modifiable ones, primarily concerning lifestyle choices, which present a clear opportunity for an intervention. The internal mechanisms are really quite complex. It involves arterial stiffening, fluid retention driven by hormonal systems, and rather over-enthusiastic sympathetic nervous response, or rather inefficient one might say. Proper control necessitates accurate measurement, followed by a two-pronged approach, pharmaceutical treatment, and crucially modifications to one's habits. Physical activity emerges as a cornerstone, with a splendid variety of options available. Each modality operates on a distinct principle. Aerobic work improves vascular function, strength training enhances metabolic health, and mind body practices temper the stress response. The combination, however, produces a quite elegant synergistic effect. For the older individual, the watchwords are safety and sustainability. A tailored program incorporating varied exercise does not merely manage blood pressure. It sustains mobility, prevents unfortunate falls, and ultimately fosters a rather more vigorous and agreeable later life.
Evidence consists of shows that the regular physical activities, and especially of the moderate, intensive, of aerobic exercise, specifically of contributes of the blood pressure control in older adults and studies and conditions in Europe and Asia and United States report average reduction of 5 to 6 millimeters of mercury in systolic blood pressure as well as improvements in vascular function and overall of cardiovascular health. However, while the findings are favorable, there are considerable methods of heterogenic, of particularly in the instruments used to the measure physical activity. Of the criteria for the sync of controlled the blood pressure, and the studies carried in Latin America and in Colombia. The evidence is even on limits of researches, of mostly on self-reported the questionnaire and liking objective and measurements, select sections and quasi experimental of the sizes of predominance of making it difficult to establish a strong of causal relationship. Overall, the literature agree on the efficiency of aerobics exercise in improve the blood pressure. The expected results it's expected to that older adults who engage in regular physical activities will be have better control of the blood pressure on comparative with the sedentary lifestyle.
Justification for the study. Free-reading scientific relevance person affect more 1.4 billion adults worldwide, and physical activity has proven benefits for blood pressure control and cardiovascular health. There is very little local evidence in Villavicencio, making this study an important contribution that aligns with the 10-year public health plan 2022 2031. Um, in the terms of contextual relevance, the search supports the national police on again old age and prohibits local data on physical activity in older adults. It also strengthens community initiative and health prevention program. Finally, the potential impacted includes academic value by the script, the problem and the generative new hypothesis, practical value for health professionals who can use the findings to the guide physical activity program and a social benefit by promoting self-care and improving quality of life and reference uh, and thank for attention for you.